the entire exhibition. So I'll introduce you to the poets, and we'll start with Marilee. Marilee Johnson is actively involved in several global online open mics. She's been published in many anthologies, including Finn Hall's Water Jumps. Okay. Kayla Rose is the outreach coordinator for the Byron Society of America. She is a poet, a painter, and an ex-wine purveyor.
Yep.
Okay.
I did a little fun.
Jo Hall is a collage pioneer. She also teaches collage. Her artist work has been shown around the world, and her books are available on Amazon. Okay. Noah is a Noah Levin is a New York-born poet and harmonica player. He co-runs the Most Hated Poets and Sun Poem. For 12 years, he co-produced the infamous New York City poet collective, the Buffalo Readings. And Robert Ross.
Nah.
Where is Robert? There it is. Robert Ross.
That's it.
Is an actor. Robert Ross is an actor, an artist, a writer, and fellow artist who has shown his work with Stephen in the past. He is proud to offer a small contribution to this solo show. All right.
Called So, Evolution. How's that going for you? I puzzle too much that Darwin would be confused. How we are willing to use up our lives and the lives of all. Survival of the fittest, the luckiest, not the quickest, nor the smartest. How we evolved to be the bullies of the world. Absurd, the word, that our ancestors lived with nature, respected the world that clothed and fed us, led us to where we have arrived, survived the 4 billion years of being, seeing all the things we've seen, and still not gleaned the fact that from the depth, deep within, so deep you don't even know it's there, we came, laconic in movement, at peace, at ease. Then your day altered, faltering and hesitant, waiting until the time was right. 4 billion years of being. Now, we have nothing. No thing stretching towards infinity. It seems like a restless, borderless, endless dream. An echo that continues, barely audible, into I have nothing. My mind is blank. A redundant bank, cashless, hopeless, less than zero, more worthless than less, an empty safe, a place of no existence, except for we wait for the future, which in the distance looks very, very small. Thank you. The chances are it is. Disturbing your bliss, fighting back, outback flames burning bright, turning day into night, choking smoke. The joke just isn't funny anymore. Up to our necks in fast-flowing water, the floodgates have opened, no longer a trip. You may throw up your hands and decide to stay conclusively aware as you stare into the abyss, echoes of the way it will be, ghosts of ghosts you once knew, like dust and ancient shadows, making themselves known. If only you had listened. The trees spoke to you. The buildings breathed life into the tremors. It ends as it began.
I don't know if this is your word voice. What are you squawking about? There's plenty more under the sea. The ground, the ice caps, it's all natural. None of that man-made stuff, produce, fantastic plastic, not on my shift, if you catch my drift. Dig it out, drill it out, burn it up, turn it up to level. Well, the level we need to get things done. How else do we get from A to B? Heat the house, fan the flames and profit. Yet, deserted landscapes taking over. No more fields of clover. Resting birds have nowhere to nest, nowhere to lay down except on ground too hot. There's not enough food to go around. Deserts expanding in this ocean-covered sphere, and in only 25 years, there will be 25% more. Along with rising shores, the spores of life will shrink. Don't you see it yet? Or do you think it's all made up? A conspiracy of governments who don't normally get on to control you, force you to be responsible. It's reprehensible, isn't it? The stuff they make up. Because a friend of your wife's cousin read it on the net. Get real! Don't you feel the sea change? Don't you think it's strange that flowers bloom at different times than before? The species that will survive, this is no mirage. There is no future if we keep going the way we are. There will be nothing left for our descendants to see. No false tears, please, of regret or shame. We, all of us, throughout time, are to blame.
This is called Seriously. This vast volume, this over 321 million cubic miles is the oceans of our world, enough to fill over 352 quintillions, gallon-sized milk containers, many of which float about beside the fishing nets. The oil spillage, wastage, debris, man-made. There are 5.25 trillion pieces of plastic waste estimated to be in our oceans. 269,000 tons float amongst the 352 trillion fish. 4 billion microfibers per square kilometer dwell below the surface. 70% of our debris sinks into the ocean's ecosystem. 15% floats, and 15% lands on our beaches. In terms of plastic, 8.3 million tons are discarded in the sea. Yearly, the same seas that cover 71% of our world. Our slowly dying world. Our crying world. Sighing through spilling volcanoes, boiling the very waters of our existence. Resistance is not futile. That's what they want you to think. As you drink your morning coffee on the brink of extinction, thinking this beginning is too serious. Facts don't lie. Some companies do.
Oh, yeah.
Our lives are fragile, brittle bones and egos, dollar signs, ears deaf, eyes blind, pay no mind to rising tides, to crumbling ice, forest fires and the ground beneath your feet disappearing. Your stock is up, your larder full of slaughtered animals, ready to fill your belly. Your bank account filled to bursting, nursing another hangover as you brushed off another hostile bid, pushing the weakest under the bus. Corporate greed knows no boundaries. Carbon offset? Is it just greenwashing?
Oceans apart, you have been warned. You are the flotsam and jetsam of it all, with ears that refuse to listen. Button up your overcoat, button up your lip. The riptide that carries the deluge of discarded human greed knows no separation. Distillation knows no boundaries. Sound bites we can see through. I see you. Poison at the deepest part. Mercury rising. Surprising no one. You've been told. You just didn't listen. You got the memo. You just crumpled it up and threw it away. You were given clues, but you thought it didn't mean you. We now have all the data. We know what will happen. We have it all on microchip. This microcosm we inhabit, that we share with billions of sentient creatures, it's featured on the news, the proper news, not the muckraking, uncaring, flag-raving, intelligence waning news that spews out constant garbage, which gets recycled every day as if it's doing the planet good. That's the wrong kind of recycling. Unsurprising. We know the tides are rising, the ice caps melting, forests burning, and still they keep on churning out the false data out of corrupt minds that turn a blind eye to reality daily.
When it's gone, it's gone. The very ground we walk on, the waters we swim in, the very stuff we breathe. The gulf between living and dying, laughing and crying is shrinking daily, and all it leaves is a dirty taste in our mouths. As the icebergs drift south, disappearing from view, the clues are all around, the sounds we no longer hear, the long-lost cliffs drifting into oblivion, avian and amphibian, all creatures great and small, all, going, gone. Empires crumble. Empires crumble. Humans stumble. Poetry in every motion, step and vision. If only your eyes would see it, your ears could hear it. Then and only then will your mouth speak it. Bricks and mortar are our voices, the words that bind us together. O portet nos super esse, we must survive. Live and love, above it all. Take care of our planet, it's the only one we have. Cockroaches, sharks, horseshoe crab, snakes, bees and sea stars, lobster, turtles and tuatara, crocodiles and duck-billed platypus. Still here, millennium of years later. But will they survive this man-made apocalypse? Some work of noble note may yet be done. Now, I think Tennyson may be wrong. Too many selfish, willful minds, ignoring science, ignoring the needs of all. That word again, survive, add thrive, live alive. All of us, man and beast, deserve that, at least.